Hey John, this is just a video to kind of illustrate to you the differences in the current application versus the old application. So let me go ahead and start it up so it makes more sense. So let's start the app up. And there's no more logins, so um, each device is provisioned toward each agent. And the reason for that is because each individual agent was requiring to sift through a list of bases that they didn't even belong to. So now we're creating a profile that only assigns them their stores. So if I go ahead and click on my stores, I believe I'm using the East Coast here. So um, this will be gone, so don't pay attention to that. So it's my stores and my reports. And let's say I'm going to go ahead and create, since I grew up in Fort Eustis, I'm going to go ahead and create a report for Fort Eustis, Virginia. So I'll click New Report. It's going to create the report. Okay. Okay, so the report's now been created. So it's going to say tap my reports to view. So I'm going to go over here, click on my reports. And Fort Eustis is in my list. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Fort Eustis. And now the whole visual appearance of the application has changed. So now in my menu, I have products, photos, progress, which is what you see right here on the right hand side. A follow-up report. This is just a local report of the items that need follow-up. And the obvious sync data, request report, and delete report from your device. So if you look over here at this progress dashboard, you'll see that there's 508 products that are assigned to this report for Fort Eustis. We have scanned none, and our progress is obviously 0. We also display a categories progress. So as they're working in different categories, this number will change. So to go ahead and demonstrate that, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and click on products. And let's go ahead and just click on, let's do birdseed. Okay, so in birdseed, I have 12 products. We're also showing as they're in the products and scanning them and working the product, what percentage they are inside of this category. So if I go ahead and click on this first item here, I'll be proposed with facings, the stock status, is the sales sign displayed, is the planogram correct, and is the product expired. And of course I can always say, hi John, this is a note. Okay, so the whole idea is to present the salesperson with this item, assuming that everything is correct as shown here. And if there's an issue with any given issue based on this set of questions defined by Chris, they can go ahead and change that option. So if there was a sales sign that was not displayed, you can toggle this. Green is good, that's bad. If it's expired, they can select it as expired. One of the key things that Chris wanted to look for is the stock status. So is it not in stock, low stock, or void? So let's just call this not in stock. So, and all I have to do is hit save. So once I hit save, it goes to the bottom of the list. Now you'll notice a key feature here is it'll actually, if there's a problem with any of those questions, it will show that this item's not in stock. This is the icon for a label. The label's not present, and a calendar icon, basically denoting that it's a expired item. The date is something wrong with the date or the expiration date. So as I go through, I'm scanning, and as I scan, even though I'm using my mouse here, as I scan a barcode, this will automatically pop up if the product is found. As long as it has a valid UPC, it'll find the product. So I'm going to go ahead and just change a couple things here. And say okay, hit save. But if they come across a product and it looks fine, it'll display the screen for the item, and all they have to do is hit save. There's no problem. And as you can tell, it's putting everything at the bottom and is showing it checked that this item's been worked. So let me move to Asian foods here real quick. I'm just going to work a little bit of this here. And as you notice, it's updating the scan percent as they move through. Okay, so I'm going to scan a few items, scan a few items. And as you can see, I've worked 3 items out of 8, so it's 38% scanned. All right, so that's just to demonstrate how easy it is to move between products based upon a category, scan them, record the information, and move on. In my simulator, it does not allow me to take pictures. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate that, but it's a very straightforward process. Let me just go ahead and back out here, and I'm going to go to my progress dashboard. In the progress dashboard, it says I've scanned 7 products out of 508, so I'm 1% done. But if you look down here, the categories have updated based upon what I've scanned. So if I go to my follow-up now it'll show me the items that I actually found trouble with. These are the items I'm going to need the rep to work on after I leave the store. This is just a read-only list. There's a barcode here, so if they have to walk over to a CIO or CAO, they'll be able to pull up that product and obviously engage in whatever process needs to be worked at that point. So let me go ahead and illustrate the resulting report. So I'm going to go ahead and hit sync data, and it's going to submit the data to the server. Okay, it's done. So now I'm going to request a report. And then in that report, I'm just going to wait for my email here. Let me see if I can center this in the screen. Hit send and receive here. Okay, so I got one report. This is for Colson Foods, CFI, and I'm waiting for one more report. So on the back end of things, when we request a report, since we're representing multiple accounts, our own and Systems 2000, it's going to generate a report based upon that account. So there's the second. Oh, yep. I need to work on that title there. But as you can see, it actually builds a report, Systems 2000. So if I click on Systems 2000, it's going to give me a report. I'm going to try my best to make this show. Obviously the same kind of format. It's doing a grading. You can talk to Chris a little more about the grading. It's all based upon all the items found. If it's expired product, label's not showing. If the shelf status is not in stock or is void, that's probably one of the worst ones. And if the planogram is correct. So the report is only showing you items that need to be fixed. Now, one of the other key features of this is when they do sync their photos, it'll actually take them to a photo viewer for their own photos. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to one that I know works. Okay, well, I thought, yep. This is just random pictures of just random stuff that would be, well, yeah, don't pay attention to that one. So now they have the ability to share those photos online. That was one of the key pieces. Before, we were limited to how many photos we could take because we would embed them in the PDF, which would result in a massive, massive PDF size, which would result in not being able to send those to, let's say, Systems 2000. So let me go ahead and go back to the application here. So now I'm back in the application. Obviously, when I click on photos, they would a list of what photos I take were here, and let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much it in a nutshell. It sounds the same on the surface, but this is a completely different application. It's 10 times faster than the application we had before. Literally more than 10 times faster. Let's see. So that's just it in a nutshell. Just wanted to give you a visual overview so you can understand kind of what I'm talking about in my email. Thanks.